I've been somewhat bored with a lot of genres of games recently. First-party developers are beholden to these corporate faces that are fascinated with improving upon a nostalgic formula over and over again, just with the intention of milking the fans dry. I don't want Ocarina of Time again, guys. I don't want it. It's a dumb idea. Corporations are all eating each other like a big game of Agario, while apparently the Saudi Arabian government is waiting and looming in the shadows to, take control of these bigger corporations. EA, I'm looking at you. But that's not the point of the video. Indie games are some of the biggest on the platform right now. Between Stardew Valley by Concerned Ape, Hollow Knight, and Silksong by Team Cherry, Balatro from Local Funk got us all addicted, Cuphead, Terraria, and dude, even Minecraft is an indie game, and you wouldn't think about that being the case nowadays, but it's true. There are people in the indie scene right now making a big wave, and I think a specific genre has become born out of it that's kind of taken older ideas and moved them into like a multi-layered genre kind of thing. And that brings us to today's subject, the Metroidbrania. Metroidbrania? What the heck does that even mean? I don't even know, dog. Play the commercial. Wayland Glass. Hi, I'm here to sell you some see-through material that might change your life. If you purchase our glass, you get a lifetime guarantee of the same amount that you would usually pay. No increase. That's right. This is the one for you. That's Wayland Glass. My name is Paul. I have no association with Wayland. Shop now at waylandsglass.com. I'm hoping that that's not actually a website. .com. Nailed it. We're in the 9th generation of gaming. We've been doing this-ish since the 70s. Video games that come out in the modern era are rarely, if ever, a single genre at this point. Everything is multi-layered. In fact, they're very often a culmination of genres that could only have ever existed by modifying and multiplying these concepts and, matching them together, like kinstone pieces from Minish Cap, or something more relatable than that. Legos. On one hand, a Metroidvania is a game genre that it describes a lot of modern platformers. It combines the combat and survival nature of your classic Castlevania type games, plus the Metroid concept of borrowing regions from the map before having specific upgrades. And on the other hand is your brain. You should probably put that back. A Metroidbrania is an offshoot of this offshoot. There's usually less of a focus on combat and more of a focus on distinct gameplay. And often, instead of an item or a tool that helps you progress in a more of a physical way, what helps you explore further into the story of these games and what you're after, it's information. With the right knowledge, most of these 30 to 45 hour games can be completed on your first run in 15 minutes? 5 minutes in some cases? Just by knowing the right codes and knowing the patterns to follow? It makes you feel like a genius. Let me tell you about some of my favorite Metroidbranias in the last decade, and I won't spoil them. In 2024, indie dev Billy Basso created possibly one of the most beloved darlings of the Metroidbrania genre, Animal Well. After waking up as Darwin from the amazing world of Gumball, you have literally nothing but walking and jumping to your name. Fortunately, you develop some basic motor skills like pulling your crank and learning to set off fireworks. This game features a wide variety of mechanics to your benefit, like make bubble platforms to get over to that ledge. Or maybe you can just pass through this room by hopping on your frisbee. If you think you can fudge the game's mechanics, you can. Billy Basso not only knew you were going to do that, he intended for you to try. See, because he trains you with baby secrets, these little literal Easter eggs. You do some kind of puzzle scaling from pretty obvious to, what the damn hell, Billy, I have a life. And it's only once you get every single egg in the game that a whole new layer of secrets unlocks and is revealed to have been hiding in plain sight the whole time. If you fancy yourself a tiny little orange ball of detective solving the case of the animal well, then I highly recommend grabbing a paper and pen with this one, because you're gonna want that. Have you ever looked up at the stars? Have you ever looked up at the stars? Have you ever looked up at the stars wondering what wondrous astral phenomena happens beyond our planetary understanding, beyond our sight? Have you ever wanted to discover the answers to long-lost mysteries? Or like, I don't know, fling yourself into the sun? Outer Wilds is a 2019 game made by Mobius Digital, where you start with literally no information, just that you're surrounded by a bunch of guys called the Hearthians. You find out that you're essentially a redneck astral explorer who's part of a research team called Outer Wilds. And you guys truly have no idea what's going on in the galaxy. Before you even take off in your dinky little ship, you already know more about the universe than most of the other Hearthians, actually, because you end up with the prototype for a new device called the Universal Translator. You start reading ancient languages and old things left on this planet that no one else has been able to figure out. The moment you set off, you can go in any direction you desire. True freedom is granted the moment that you're able to do 360 donuts in space. Inside your ship is a small computer. You're gonna want to check this thing all the time. It keeps all information that you learn from everywhere that you go inside of it between every life. So you don't lose this information if you find something out. It's there forever. You know, just in case you miscalculate. You'll always be accumulating information about this galaxy and the universe as a whole. Everything you discover works toward the central plot, which I refuse to discuss in this video. On a very real note, this game made me confront a lot of my own philosophies in my life, mainly the inevitability of death, and how to appreciate life despite that. The game puts you in control of your own fate, and some of your discoveries make you an archaeologist in your own right, with your own opinions of the philosophies of cultures you may never get to speak to, making you think about the way you may or may not go about handling these problems. Yes, I'm being vague, I can't steal this journey for you, and hell, it could just be a fun video game to most. I mean, it definitely is that, but I can't define what it would mean to you. Only you can. So go explore the depths and discover the secrets of space in your dinky little ship. And for the love of marshmallows, avoid the dark bramble. This genre is special because of the sense of discovery that it can capitalize on. Something that's very important to another franchise I love. Roleplay with me. Ready? You're a child in late 80s America. Let's say you're 8 years old, and you just received access to your very first video game console, the NES. With it, you receive a game, a box containing a shining gold cartridge. You pop it in and you realize for some reason, your game is in Japanese. It must have been swapped at the factory, and you reach what you assume at the moment to be an impasse. You find the game manual to see if you can figure out how to play, but again, it was in Japanese. You flip through it anyway. The foreign alphabet's pointing at things that are kind of familiar, and you kind of work yourself around, because the menu seems to be indicating simple things like how to attack, and then it hits you.
You just understood what it was saying, even though it was in a different language. Through the power of inference, your 8-year-old mind is able to actually pull together how to navigate the game, how to even pick up on keywords in the manual, like learning a language. I didn't have that experience personally. Somebody did, but not me. But you know how you could? Tunic. It's a mysterious isometric take on a classic formula. You start with literally no info, and you just kind of wake up on a little island and wander around, talking to people, reading the signs, all in another language. It's an intriguing world that really desperately wants to keep the player in the dark oh so bad. And like, oh my, what's that? It's a little page to a manual. Huh. It's a classic NES manual in the stylization of Zelda 1. It's only a page though, so you glean what info you can from it. Step by step, as you find pages in the manual, the game unveils itself to you. not through stopping you from doing those things before, but by unlocking how to do them in your brain, like a puzzle that can be solved forever. There's a moment in this game that I legitimately put my controller down, put my head in my hands, and I was just like flabbergasted. I realized I had the potential, the whole game, to affect things that I had been walking by the whole game. Simple background scenery becomes a solution to certain puzzles, and like the experience of figuring that out slowly from the get-go, I can't recommend it enough. It goes from one of the simplest games I've ever played to one of the biggest game worldwide mysteries that I think I've ever seen in a video game before. And you don't even realize that you have the ability to solve it from the very first screen the whole time. I just, go play Tunic. Go play Tunic right now. I'm gonna come get you. In Homebody, you play a girl named Emily who, matching the title, finds herself to be a little bit of a shut-in, especially since her old group of friends have all disbanded. Following tradition, however, she meets annually with her friends to go and perceive a beautiful annual real-life meteor shower called the Perseid Meteor Shower. Together, they rent an Airbnb, truly a wonderful basis for modern horror. The group is a little off-put when they reach the house. The door locks behind each person automatically as they enter, Emily being the last to arrive at exactly 7 p.m. After wandering around and awkwardly trying to catch up with your group of friends that obviously have some beef with you, they are clearly annoyed with something you did. It's not stated. You assume it's because of your nature of non-communication. At a certain point, the house transforms into a big old panic room, as one by one you find your friends dead. That is, if you're lucky enough to avoid this Scooby-Doo villain. You find yourself alone and cornered when, damn, game over. But something strange happens, in that Emily finds herself arriving at the cabin once again. 7 p.m., right on the dot. And no one remembers what happened but you. It's up to you, the player, and Emily, to exploit the loop and figure out the mysteries of the house, ultimately trying to keep all your friends alive, awkward as they may be. This game was spearheaded by Jory Griffiths of the Game Grumps. It's like a really cool point-and-click adventure in the PSX style, which I think is so cool, and I genuinely think more people should try it out.
Play the commercial.
I'm gonna kick my brother's ass. Hi, I'm Wayland of Wayland Glass. My brother Paul just put out a hit against me and our whole kin. And I tell you what, I'm gonna win. Wayland Glass is going on a 100% off guarantee bonus right now only. If you call in while I'm making this commercial, boy howdy, I'll give you all the glass that you could possibly want. Thank you very much, Paul. Mom wanted you to call, and it's been 3 days. Just wanted to let you know.
At this point, there isn't much beyond this niche little handful of games that really represents this genre that I'm trying to go for here. So I'm gonna give a couple more recommendations that are like Metroidvanias, but they also have a required progression, so you're not able to like do it all in one go if you know the stuff ahead of time. I'm aware I'm late to the party on this one, but Subnautica is a game that takes a brave man and turns him into a coward. Requires him to be brave over and over again to progress, and I loved it. In Subnautica, you're stranded on an ocean planet with nothing but a small, claustrophobic little bubble of protection and a dream. Well, that big ship over there must have some awesome equipment on it. I could probably get on there and like possibly... Oh. Never mind. Plan B, gather a bunch of junk off the ocean floor and punch Leviathan-level monstrosities right in the face until I can build my rocket ship out of trash and cure my space cancer. Oh right, the space cancer. So at the beginning of the game, as soon as you hop in the water, you're covered in these radioactive-looking green boils. Blech. They just like go away. Turns out you're gonna need to figure out the mystery of the infection to get to the bottom of this. The bottom of this ocean. Wow! Change games! Have you ever read a creepypasta? Have you ever played one? Inscription is a game that just throws you right into the mystery. You boot up the game, select continue, even though you've never played the game before, and that's all that's available. There's no new game option. There is one, but it's all grayed out, so that's cool. And you're immediately sweaty, and you can't tell why. Terrifyingly entrancing swirling eyes meet your gaze from the dark. You look down, and oh, that's a card game. Blah, 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 card game, blah, blah, blah. Oh no, I've been put in a position where I must sacrifice one of my cute little animals. Well, it's a card game, no big deal, right?
Past Corbin, don't do it. It is a big deal.
Past Corbin in the present here, reporting in the future, and it turns out that the animals care, and they remember that you sacrificed them. Wait, what? Wait, my cards? They speak to me. I am going crazy. The best part about this game is it's not just like a quirky storytelling mechanic either. There's a deep lore reason on why they remember, and that's all I'll say. They're hinting at lore-filled secrets. The lore! Go play Inscription, or watch one of the many funny internet funny men play Inscription. What's that? My cards are speaking to me. They say move on with this. Okay, rude. Check it off your Corbin TV bingo cards, everybody. I'm bringing up Zelda. This isn't an indie game, but it works. And I would say it was instrumental in creating the genre. Not necessarily the modern style of like modern Metroidvania, but the architecture of one. Think of it like this. Majora's Mask is a roguelite. Hold on, let me cook. Majora's Mask is a roguelite with linear story progression and non-linear side quest structure. Yeah, that worked for you? You gamer freaks like that? Majora's Mask, taking the structure of Groundhog's Day through the lens of time travel, becomes a looping structure where Link is able to keep items that he gets in each run, but not all of them, creating a series of obstacles that blocks Link's progression based on what items he has. I mean, you can't boot up your first day in Majora's Mask and head straight to Icana Canyon, because you need a ton of other things required to get there. Long shot, Epona. To get Epona, you need the bombs, and to get the bombs, you need the Goron mask. Anyways, that leaves the other half, if not the bulkier half of the game, the side quests. In each district, people go about their business, following their days from beginning to end, and you can follow them doing that. Almost every unique character has their own side quest that they might be part of. Now, in most of the games I've talked about today, I usually recommend keeping a pen and paper with you, but fortunately for us, Aonuma already thought of that, baby! Bomber's Notebook! Hell yeah, brother! In this bad boy, you keep track of every little hint relating to any side quest, making it the digital version of your little notebook. No, I know Majora's Mask is kind of a stretch. Yeah, but I want to talk about it anyway. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I'm going to be doing this kind of thing more often. You're going to be able to catch like all of my live action content that I do here, anything like kind of fancy and high production, that's going to live here. So this is going to be technically my new main channel. Thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next whatever I talk about.
That was pretty good. Epic joke. Wonderful ding ding dong bing bing bong. And you're just dropped. Oh. Oh god, the AC is back on. I feel so much better. Oh, what? You can't remember the cosmic density of a water planet? Have you ever looked up at the stars? Well, have you? Fling yourself into the sun? For funsies? For sunsies? Blind. Let's go. Bleh. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Yeah. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Look where I am. I'm in Argentina. You gotta expand. You gotta multiply. Love that stuff. Oh man, life is just like that. You can't get through little caves and tunnels in real life until you have big missiles, like just like real life. And I'm ripping, dog, until you have those bingy bongy dingy dongies. You know what I'm saying? A big cracked rock. I need to have my hand in the shot. You need those dang missiles. Metroid Brainia. Ow.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Okay. Jeez Louise. I might cut that one. Crunch.
Okay, good job.